Forza has mostly been known for circuit racing due to accurate driving physics. But nowadays, most new players find out about this game due to the extremely popular street racing servers with AI traffic called No Hesi, where you have to drive as fast as you can between AI traffic cars and get as many points as you can. And the best runs get put on a top 500 leaderboard, which is publicly visible at nohesi.gg/leaderboard. Anyone who managed to get their name on this leaderboard will officially become a certified driver. And my goal is to climb as high up there as possible. And fun fact, No Hesi stands for no hesitation, because if you hesitate, you won't make it to the leaderboard. Now, if you want to claim your spot on the leaderboard, then you have to know how the points are being calculated. So once you're in a No Hesi server, the moment you pass an AI car close enough, the run begins, which means the 25-minute timer starts, and once the 25 minutes are over, whatever points you have gathered get finalized. And if you have enough points, you'll find yourself on the leaderboard. To get more points, you need to pass cars as close as possible, and the riskier cuts you do, the more bonus points you get. Speed is also a factor. If you drive too slow, then you won't get a lot of points. You have to find the perfect balance between risk and reward. This is me, a man with a dream. I've been practicing by slowly but steadily learning from my mistakes and getting better each day. And if you look at the top left corner, you can see that I am not in the top 500 yet. But after weeks of practice and hundreds of failed runs, I managed to get this run. Oh, yeah, baby. Alright, boys, 354th place. We're back in the leaderboards. Solo, no crow. Boys, feels good. So after many failed attempts, I did finally manage to get certified at the low end of the leaderboard. I felt incredible. I edited the video, released it, and went to sleep feeling like I conquered the world. But then, the next day, I woke up to this. After all the effort that I put in, I was pushed out of the leaderboard within 24 hours. And yes, apparently this can happen if you end up at the lower end of the leaderboard, because a lot of players try to get their name on the leaderboard, pushing you out. But having felt the excitement of being on the leaderboard, I needed to get back to work. So I practiced a few more days, hoping that I could improve my personal best score just enough to get back on the top 500 leaderboard. And the run you're seeing right now was actually supposed to be just another day of me practicing. But then the unexpected happened. Mid-run, I noticed that this run potentially could get my name on the top 500 leaderboard again, if I kept this pace up. Because I've just reached 1 billion points, but I still have 12 and a half minutes remaining on the timer, which means I'm exactly halfway done with my run, because each run can last a maximum of 25 minutes. Now you might logically think that if you're halfway on the timer, then this means that when the timer ends, you would have double the points what you have now. So I would have only 2 billion points, which would not be enough, because my current personal best score is 3 billion, and that only put me up to 610th place. But no, the way these runs work is the longer the run goes on, the more points you get. So at the beginning of the run, you get less points, and at the end, you get more points due to the combo bonus that is visible here. The more cars you pass and the riskier cuts you do, the faster the combo bonus raises throughout the run. So I am indeed on pace here, unless I make a big mistake and ruin the whole run. Just a few minutes, I went from 1 billion to 1.5 billion, which is roughly 50% of my current personal best, and I still had 9 minutes left on the timer, so this run was looking very promising indeed. And then, it finally happened. I managed to beat my old personal best score. Now yes, I did beat my old score, but I was also running out of time. I was not sure if the remaining few minutes would be sufficient to improve my score enough to get back on the leaderboard. So for the remaining few minutes, I had to try and squeeze out as many points as I could without crashing. And as the last few seconds were closing in, I managed to get 4 billion points, putting myself back on the leaderboard. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 billion solo back on top 500, 437th place. Hey, that was supposed to be a practice run, boys. That was supposed to be a practice run, and I got 4 billion. Back on leaderboard, boys, that's how it's done. But after a short celebration, the sad reality started to kick in. Yes, I was back on the leaderboard, but I was again at the very end of it, which means it was only a matter of time until I got pushed out again. I needed something more permanent so I wouldn't be pushed out of the leaderboard again, at least anytime soon. And I found a potential solution. In these no-hezzy servers, you can also assemble a crew, which means that you can get up to 3 friends to join you on your run. And this will give you extra bonus points for every person that does the run with you. But it's not as simple as it sounds, because the meta is doing these runs solo. That is why all of the top leaderboard scores currently are done solo, not with a crew. For one simple reason: if any of the crew members taps a car, all of the crew members' points go to 0. But on the off chance that you do manage to complete your 25-minute run with a crew, your points would be higher than doing it solo. So I got to thinking, what if I managed to assemble an incredibly good crew? Could that help me get to the top of the leaderboard? Well, there's only one way to find out. It was time to assemble the dream team. The plan was set in motion, so I went to sleep, but I hardly got any sleep because I was simply too excited to test out this theory. The next day, the crew was ready and the journey to get to the top of the leaderboard begins. Now, in theory, it sounded amazing. All we had to do was one good run in a 4-man crew, and I would potentially be able to get more points than I did solo. But as the hours passed, the reality kicked in. Every run, one of us would eventually make a dumb mistake, and we would have to start all over again. So getting a clean run was significantly more difficult in a crew compared to doing it solo.
You got that, Goose.
Left and then back right again.
Damn it.
That was not me. That was not me.
Oh, I just picked my nose and it's rose. God damn it.
Oh my god, what a way line by me.
You made that though, that's crazy. Many more hours have passed with still no success. And to give you the complete picture how it was during the many hours of us trying to beat my solo score in the crew, this is what it sounded like the whole time.
Go left. Go back right, and then left. We need to build our points up. Go far right. They're brake checking on that side. Go right, right, left, left.
So the whole time, the leader is giving commands, and we have to follow. So the very first person is giving commands before he executes them, to make sure the rest of the party has time to react to the command. And he has to make sure the command he gives is safe to follow. And this is an incredibly difficult and stressful task. One wrong command and the whole run is ruined. Now 5 hours have passed. We kept on failing over and over again until we finally managed to get a good run, or so we thought.
Break, left, right,
yeah, left.
right. This is gonna be tight. Back left, left, right, left. Go right. Go all the way right.
Here.
Back left, all the way left. Braking.
What?
Actually, we
Who?
stopped.
Oh,
Nope. It's the guy behind us.
wait, the guy behind tapped me?
Yep. I saw it.
Bro, why? That sucks that like they can crash into you even though they're not in the convoy.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be able to. I don't know why this guy can.
So what happens was a bug. If you're in a crew, then the other random players in the server would go through you and they wouldn't end your run. But unfortunately, the random player who was not in our crew still ended our run by touching my car, even though it was not supposed to be possible. This bug happens rarely, but sadly it did happen. But even with this unfortunate bug, they still improved my score by a huge margin, putting me up to 148th place on the leaderboard. Now yes, this unfortunate bug was a huge morality blow to the crew, but we still wanted to keep pushing.